Alright, we are in game.
And I
Go.
have spawning in the bottom right in purple for Guns and Roaches. It is Slayer, and in the top right in yellow, the ex-captain of all inspiration is P Sosa.
The best color. I'm a yellow fan.
Yeah, yellow as a Zerg looks real good.
Some people don't like it, but I mean, what's not to like? You're yellow.
How could you not like it? Your
I know.
banelings look sweet with the enhanced colors turned on. It's just bright and happy. It's like you look at the purple, it's just all dark and gloomy. Kind of like almost blending in with the creep a little bit.
Yeah, it's the campaign color nowadays as well.
Yeah.
Purple Zerg.
Ah, I've never played the campaign to be
Oh,
honest.
spoilers! The Zerg is purple when you play them.
Rip.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't played the campaign for Wings or Hots. I reckon I've played maybe the first level of Wings. That's about it.
Oh. That's alright. I think people prefer the Brood War stuff. So we are glossing over the fact that these guys are only building drones. We got no fun early game shenanigans. We nearly had a hatch first there from Slayer, but I think he sent that drone a little bit early. He'll probably send the next drone out by the looks of this, rallying that egg down. And I imagine Pisos would go for the pool first, to be honest. Being safe. This is why I can't kill him with my early pools.
Just pull first every game. Into gas as well, straight
Oh,
away.
that's fast though. It's pretty fast
Yeah.
gas, relatively speaking. So we might have some aggression here from Pisosa, or at least the ability to apply it if he chooses.
Yeah.
Deal with lag.
It's quite a multinational group we've got going on here. Me in Australia, you in England, Pisosa in South America, Slayer in Australia, and then the next two guys are from America. We're kind
Yeah.
of all over the place today.
I mean, I think there's going to be lag regardless of what we
Yeah,
do. But if players want to pause, then they can
yeah.
pause.
So Blizzard holds up,
Yeah.
please, please. Couple of links started here for Pisosa. The Slayer's pool not quite finished yet. We'll see how much Pisosa wants to commit. Yeah, that'd be the key. How long he stays in gas, whether he just keeps mining it, or should be starting speed relatively soon. There he goes.
Yeah. And he has stayed in gas now. He's pulled out a bit late. I'm sure we can blame the lag for that.
Yeah, that extra 20 gas.
Yeah, going across the Pacific Ocean. I mean, that 20 gas is going to come in useful eventually, so there's no harm really done.
That was always my logic when I like went to pull out of gas and just forgot about it for like 5, 10 seconds. Like, oh, I'll just go back into gas a little bit later. It'll be fine.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of times people just throw the two guys in gas and grab the Baneling Nest anyway, but if there is a little bit of lag, then I imagine the players will gravitate a little bit towards Roach play. But, I mean, Slayer's stayed with the three in gas, so I imagine we'll see a Baneling Nest come down pretty soon, but he's actually opted for the Spine Crawler instead, so expecting something out of Pisos, or I guess he's looked at the amount of creep in the natural and the timing of the natural and said, hang on a minute, your hatchery's a bit late, you got something else going on.
Yeah, I like the just a blind spine. He can even cancel it if he senses nothing eventually coming over. He might let it finish though. It's not the worst thing in the world, especially after going hatch first. Just to throw down that blind spine.
Will these lings see? Ah, okay, Slayer does see the round of
Yeah.
extra lings, so I think Pisos is not going to commit very much to this attack now, and he's already building extra drones, and then we have a second Spine Crawler coming out from Slayer, and he also has a huge amount of Zergers on the field. Actually, he has more than Pisosa does, so Slayer's definitely going to hold this no problem. But it's how
Yeah.
much the follow-up attacks and counter-attacks do here for both players.
Just gotta not let these lings get into the main. It's the real key here, defending this before Slayer's ling speed himself is finished, which he's doing quite well. He might even cancel the second spine crawler, seeing these guys turn around and go home now.
Yeah, I think you should, to be honest.
Yeah, I think he should. He's not going to though.
Well, he's going to be safe, so he's got that going for him. And these spines are also nicely spread, so if Pisosa was going to apply any Baneling pressure, he couldn't Baneling bust down both spine crawlers at the same time.
Yeah, Pisosa starting his roach run, completely skipping out on banelings. He's getting two spine crawlers of his own. Slayer is moving across the map now as well. Taking the watchtowers as he goes, get a bit of extra vision.
Yeah, Pisosa's overlord spread isn't particularly good along the attack path here, so maybe these were caught. I mean, he had the overlord just out of out of the natural there, but I mean, there's no real way of knowing where these lings are at all times. But now seeing that he's just camping under the Overlord here, Pisosa knows what's up, and going to happen here. I mean, I don't think this spine wall is going to be broken. There's 2 spines, 2 queens, 2 transfuses. Pisosa's just droning.
Game paused.
Gotta pause.
Must be a bit of lag. It's unfortunate.
Yeah, I'm not seeing any on my end, so
I'm looking pretty fine as well.
yeah, I got no drop frames, no nothing, so I don't know.
Of course, I don't have Pisosa up.
Alright, so what have we got going on in this game in the meantime? So we have Slayer throwing down the Roach Warren, the Evolution Chamber, and the Lair. He's fully saturated in... 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. He's fully saturated in his main, mostly. Just needs a couple more drones, a few more in the natural as well. Pisosa has... you gotta...
Oh, what's that Pisosa doing?
Alright then.
There we go.
You're
That's
on
right.
observer chat then as well, you gotta go on all chat for that.
Oh, rip.
But that's fine. We're back into this game. So both players are opting for the Roach transition here, and Pisosa's actually going to be hitting a Hatchery Tech Roach timing here, with no upgrades, no layer whatsoever. So he's going to be aiming for hitting that sweet spot where Slayer is investing money into +1 missile attack, the layer tech, and the Roach speed, whereas Pisosa's just saying, well, you know what, I'm going to put all that gas into Roaches.
Yeah, really strong build. I was doing this in ZVZ for quite a while, actually, but off a hatch first instead. Just because I was sick of Ling Baneling fights and late game ZVZ, just ZVZ in general. So just banking roaches and then reinforcing with lots of speedlings and just killing any kind of fast third. Slayer does get in though, he does see the roaches. That should probably trigger probably some spines and roaches of his own.
Yeah, I think you should be looking at this and thinking, hang on a minute, you have, what, 12, 15 roaches at a rough estimate there? It's looking to be more like 10 now that I have a larger look at this, but that's a lot more than Slayer does, and these nice failing hits though from Slayer there.
Yeah, it's just stopping these roaches though, that's the hard part. He has a handful of spines and that's really about it. He's got his own roaches on the way, but it's still not going to be enough, I think.
Yeah, I mean there's 3 to 17 right now, with 8 more on the way for Slayer, but even so that's going to be 11 versus 17.
A couple of Banelings going off. We're not getting the great money hits they want. There's only 3 roaches fighting here as well. GG called.
GG.
So that. Just flooding roaches, catching Slayer with his pants down a little bit.
Yeah, I don't think Slayer necessarily expected that. I think once you see that both players like turn off from the Ling Baneling aggression and go back to like droning up, you just generally assume that, oh, okay, there's going to be an evolution chamber, Lair going up to roach speed, third base, blah blah blah, and Slayer assumed that, but he didn't necessarily check it was happening.
No.
And then Pisosa...
He had an overlord at third as well.
And I saw a Zergling go there at one stage as well.
Yeah.
So maybe that would be a little warning flag saying, hang on a minute, I could be throwing down a third base now, so why are you not throwing down a third base now? Where's your money going? So we are loading up map number 2. It is on Catalina. Pisos is saying he's got lag. It looks like it's on his end, though.
Yeah.
It's a shame. Didn't impact the first game by the looks of it.
No, he seemed quite fine. One sec.
Alright.
So just asking for a quick break. What do you think Slay needs to do to change this up? Because apparently he can't kill Pisosa in the early game. You think he just needs to get a bit greedy?
I think probably a nice gasless play or a very aggressive early game play, like one or the
13.
other.
Feel like a 13-12 kind of thing and just try and kill him?
Possibly, yeah. I mean, I think the main thing is just fully committing to what you want to do. Slayer, he tried the Ling counterattack thing and didn't really work out, then he just had these Lings sort of sat out on the map not really doing much. And and Pisosa just hit with a swift roach timing that wasn't really scouted. So maybe using those Zerglings, instead of just sitting them there at the front and having that one on the third, try getting a few in and seeing what's going on in the main. Because he didn't see any evolution chamber at the front. There wasn't a roach warren walling off either, so that indicates, seeing no wall off, maybe it's a muta play, but then there was no third base, so
Yeah.
something's up there, you gotta find out.
Sacking those lings earlier would have been better, I think, for sure.
Okay,
Ready.
ready.
Slayer. He's ready. He's always ready. He switched on. Go, go, go. Game 2 on Catalina. Pretty good map for Gasless. It's pretty easy to get that wall off up at your natural ramp.
Yeah, I don't think you even need a creep tumor. If you do, it's like one tumor and it doesn't take that long
One
to get
tumor.
there. And
Yeah.
the ramp's thin. It's pretty easy to get queens around. Quite a small natural, so there's not too much room to build spine crawlers, but you do have that nice thin ramp at the natural as well.
It's quite good to SimCity against all-ins as well. As you can
Yeah.
throw down emergency Evo chambers and stuff like that. As we have Find spawning in the bottom right of Catalina from Guns and Roaches in purple, it is Slayer. And on the left-hand side, in the very beautiful yellow from All Inspiration, P. Sosa. Game number 2. I want to see Slayer go gasless, to be honest. I like to see him throw out a gasless play. I think P. Sosa's probably just going to play nice and safe.
Nope. Nope. Yeah, Larry's forgotten Overlord.
Yep.
He forgot an Overlord, okay.
He's got an Overlord. Rip. That's unfortunate.
Yeah, oh well.
Or change his mind, maybe.
Maybe he changed his mind. Yeah, I mean, when you're 1-0 up, you have the option, if you think you're the better player, just to throw down the aggression or that maybe slightly dice rolly coin flippy build in the 9 pool. So it's maybe what he was thinking of there. And I think from Slayer's point of view, I mean, if he loses this map, he's in the losers bracket already. So he has. This is basically going to be his best build.
Yeah. Yeah, he doesn't have any ZVZ. Like, there's no more Zergs in this group either.
Yeah.
And so he may as well throw his best build out at Pisosa here. Give it a go.
Odds are that he won't be facing Pisosa again. He'll more likely be facing one of the other players, just because there's more other players in the group than there are Pisosas. So.
Basic mathematics, I guess.
Both players opting for the hatch first, so we got a gentleman's agreement that they won't be throwing Zerglings and Banelings at each other from one base. It'll be 2 bases.
I wish all Zergs did this. Just like, you know what, let's just go hatch
Hatch
first.
first, yeah.
No early gas, just hatch in a pool. It's nice and gentlemanly.
Yeah. Pisosa's conscious of that, though, with the 14 pool straight after the hatch, so he's not taking chances.
Straight into gas. Both guys go into gas as well. So no gasless play out of either of them, which is fine.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with it.
Player gets the confirmation as well with the Overlord in, so he sees that there's a spawning pool in construction. No, he doesn't? Yeah, he does. He does now, and he sees the gas as well, so he knows he's against a hatch first. Pisosa, on the other hand, has absolutely no idea. So he's actually moving his original Overlord down to cover the natural, just in case there's any lings coming out. He's got the second Overlord going in, checking the natural as well, and he'll know that it's hatch first sooner or later, but there's always this sort of butt-clenching moment in the like, please no lings, please no lings, please no lings. Oh, thank God there's a hatch.
He's the crew. Yeah, I know. This is so frustrating. It's like, it's entirely, this matchup is a lot based on vision and what you know. This is StarCraft in general, but ZVZ specifically, just because it's the mirror matchup and you're just so reliant on that Overlord vision to see what's coming. And it's just that moment of uncertainty when it's just dark. You have zero idea what's coming. It's just like you feel heart tremors, like, oh my goodness. What do I do?
What do I do? Yeah, so Slayers, he's got his speed coming. I imagine we'll see a Baneling nest. Pisosa, on the other hand, he's mined that 100 gas, but we don't see it in Zergling speed yet, so we might have like a fast carapace. I mean, he forgot his 9 Overlords, so maybe he's got his Zergling speed. Maybe it's not a good day for Pisosa here, but a gas has got to go somewhere. Oh no. Oh, Roach Warren, okay.
Yeah, to Roaches. Interesting, he's trying to get a nice little block off on these lings as well, on the ramp. I like that.
Yeah.
Slayer's not really going to be able to find out too much. Roach Warren tucked away nicely as well.
If Slayer saw this wall off, I personally didn't see that, but if Slayer saw the wall off, doesn't that just say, hang on a minute, there's something fishy going on?
Yeah. The problem is what is the fishiness that is going
Yeah.
on?
And then are you mind gaming yourself when he just has two lings there on wall off?
Yeah,
Building
just it was
drones?
just that's where the rally was. Like, yeah, it's very confusing. But I expect Slayer to be nice and safe. Actually, probably get a creep trimmer down, get this wall up, which is really the key. You can get some wall up and some spines by time against these roaches.
I don't think he's fully aware that they're coming, though, to be quite honest. I mean, he has the Evo chamber going down, the roach barn going down. They don't actually make a wall off, they're just kind of defensively positioned.
Yeah.
So, and there's no spine crawler in sight, there's drones in the production, there's a lair coming down, he's totally oblivious to this roach timing.
He sees it now. Roach is
Yeah.
already out, so he
Now he
should be
knows.
seeing energy spine crawlers, I think, coming down. He's got a lair on the way. That's just not going to be at all relevant in this game, I think.
No, yeah, I think you cancel that, to be honest, and get more money
Yeah.
out for roaches. Make a couple more overlords with this money you're floating right now, and just save the rest up for roaches. And it's gonna be really close. Got 20
really,
seconds.
that extra gas you could really use in roaches.
Mhm.
Cancelling that lair would be massive. But if he can hold this attack and not cancel the lair, then he's sweet. But I don't see him holding it. He has a spine out. He's got 7 roaches in production. That's just not enough at all.
Yeah, Pisosa's roaches come crashing into the natural, and the roaches of Slayer do hatch on time, actually, but with the speedlings from Pisosa here as well, they just run straight into the main base, going straight into the drone line, and there's GG. That was a very quick 2-0 by Pisosa.